and it's time for Sports Central. Good day to you. My name is Praise Alonge, and it's a pleasure to be with you at this time. Of course, it's match day when it comes to the World Cup qualifiers. Nigeria will be in action later tonight against Ghana, the Black Stars, at the Kumasi Stadium. They call that stadium Babayara Stadium by 8:30 Nigerian time. It's a match that would really decide the future of Nigeria going to Qatar. And I'm not alone. I have with me, of course, a sports analyst, a sport broadcaster as well. Pius Idoko joins in on the show. And I'm so happy to have you, Pius. Good day to you.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, Praise. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pius, are you tense? Let me start with that. I mean, Super Eagles got to have the must win tonight.
Well,
to stand a chance.
Absolutely not. I'm not. Yeah, I do, of course, understand that the game between Nigeria and Ghana will always be a very tense game between these two teams. But regardless, I feel we'll still have the edge, judging with our present form. The form of our players and the form of the Ghanaians is nothing to be compared. Well, sometimes football writes its own scripts, and you never can tell whether form will win you a game in a rivalry, in a game that is considered to be a rivalry match. So, but I still have this belief that Nigeria somehow will come out successfully against the Ghanaians.
Well, he's got belief, but let's go for this break. When we come back, we'll talk more about the strength of the belief, if the belief can do the job for Nigeria later tonight. And when we return, really, we would also talk about the other World Cup qualifiers, particularly in Africa. Stay with us. And still Sports Central. Welcome back, and this is Praise Alonge with Pius Idoko. Well, just before the break, we spoke about the chances of the Super Eagles of Nigeria against their Ghanaian counterpart later tonight in Kumasi. And my guest, Pius Idoko, believes the Super Eagles has what it takes to win. I don't know what you're thinking about. You just go straight to our social media platform and drop your thoughts, all right? Add your voice to the conversation this wonderful day. Of course, Pius, let's get back. You said you have belief that Super Eagles can do the job. But if you look at the head-to-head between Nigeria and Ghana, they've got a better head-to-head. Particularly, you want to talk about the number of games they've played against Nigeria. They've won Nigeria 25 times. Nigeria has won 12 times, and we've seen 19 draws between these two teams.
Well, anyways, yeah, fantastic record they had against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. That was time past. But we're actually looking at the present times. Now, the Super Eagles, let's start off from the Nations Cup. The recently concluded Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon.
We both didn't do well.
Yeah, absolutely, but on a larger scale.
Do you think we're better than Ghana?
Obviously, yes.
Who do you think was more disappointing?
Ghana was more disappointing.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they were unable to win a game.
I see.
I mean, in a group where they had teams like Gabon, Comoros, and Morocco. Anybody would have thought that it should be a stroll in the park for the Ghanaians, but just look at how they ended. They lost to Comoros Island, drew Gabon, and lost to Morocco. It's not a good outing for the Ghanaians, obviously. As against Nigeria, that won all three matches in the group stages. But again,
Nigeria also lost at the knockout stages.
Yeah,
so, we both we're just messed up, you know.
We lost in the round of 16, not because the Tunisians were better. I feel that success refused to smile on our effort.
The Ghanaians will also come out and tell you we lost the group stage because maybe success didn't smile on
No, it was obvious on the part of the Ghanaians. From the first game they played up until the very last game, it was obvious they were not a good side at the Nations Cup. And the result they got was quite deserving for them.
But don't you think this is a new squad, a new belief, a new try from the team? I think they admitted. Yeah. I mean, Ado admitted, the head coach, and also you want to talk of Chris Hughton, who is the technical, head of the team. He also admitted that they didn't do well, but that is more like something in the past for them, and they are looking forward to Nigeria. And the place of rivalry also, we know too well that even when you don't do well, you know, in tournament, when you meet oppositions that you have this rivalry against, a whole lot of things come to play. Form might just be, into the backseat.
Yeah, I know for sure that the Ghanaians are coming in with almost a new set of boys, 15 players, maybe between 8 to 15 players who were in the Nations Cup or who didn't make it to the Nations Cup, were handed a call up to these particular World Cup playoffs for the Ghanaians. They try to rejuvenate the entire team. The team is almost looking like a different team entirely from the ones that went to the Nations Cup. From the technical crew, you rightly mentioned it was Rajavac who was there at the Nations Cup, replaced by Otto Addo, assisted with, what's his name now, Chris Hughton and Didi Dramani. Yeah, we know they have a very formidable technical crew, but let's look at the players one-on-one. I feel Nigerian players have a better edge. Club-wise, they are performing better than the Ghanaians. Victor Osimhen right now, as we speak, is considered as one of the most dreaded strikers in the world. In Europe, he seemed to be the most informed Nigerian striker in Europe, together with Sadiq Umar. Odion Igalo has outscored all the other strikers in this present squad. In 28 matches, he has scored 22 goals. I mean, and that's just for Odion Igalo alone. Let's look at Osimhen. Osimhen in 25 games, 15 goals. And then for Sadiq Umar, he has also scored 15 goals in as many games as possible. I mean, just put those goals together as against the forward players the Ghanaians invited. All their forward players, their strikers from Felix Afena Guyana to Christopher Antoine Ajay to Jordan Ayew to Kwesi Red. I mean, all of them, all the goals they have scored this season combined together is not up to 10.
But we also know that football is about teamwork. Sometimes you just don't need the individual brilliance all the time. It's about the belief. It's about your mental state, how you want to approach this game. By the way, you've talked about this. We listen also to Austin Eguavon, spoke about what he wants to do with the team. And Ahmed Musa also spoke about the team. Do you think they instill a lot of confidence in Nigerians that, yes, they can get the job done tonight?
Austin Eguavon has been very resolute in terms of getting the results in Ghana, same as the captain of the team, Ahmed Musa. I don't think that they have any fears going into the team, and we also spoke with some of the players here in Abuja before they embarked on the trip to Kumasi. The players it's just all about optimism in the camp of the Eagles right now. The team spirit is quite high. The players know about this rivalry. I spoke with Victor Osimhen, and he said yes, he knows that one thing they are focused on is the fact that they needed the tickets to the World Cup. They are not concerned about the jollof rice rivalry between Nigeria and Ghana. Whatever happened in the past is in the past, so it stays with the past.
Electricity.
It stays with the past. But they are looking at this present age and what they are capable of doing. So I believe that they speak to themselves. They've seen the fans of the Ghanaians how they've been chanting that the Eagles must fall.
I mean, you can see from yesterday's videos that came out, the Ghanaian fans chanting, ready for this game tonight. What do you think would be the best of your prediction?
Well, best of predictions, I feel it's going to be 2-0 in favor of Nigeria.
2-0 favor of Nigeria. And if you had to pick players to get those goals for Nigeria, who would they be?
I think Odion Igalo is going to get on the score sheet.
I see.
Yeah, Odion Igalo, maybe Dennis Wise, Dennis Bonaventure and Victor Osimhen. In between Dennis Bonaventure and Victor Osimhen, one of them will add to the goal Odion will score.
Okay, you've listened to my guest, Pius Idoko. What about you? Tell us your own prediction and who you think will score for Nigeria. And that's if you believe Nigeria will score goals tonight. And if you're tipping Ghana to beat Nigeria also tonight, why not add your voice as well? Go straight to our social media platform and share your thoughts. We'll take all your messages and of course read them out on the show. Let's also talk about the other qualifiers coming up from the African zone. Only 5 countries will progress to the World Cup, and we have 10 teams that have actually qualified to this third round, which is also the final qualifying level. Now, DR Congo, that's Democratic Republic of Congo, against Morocco tonight. The game is billed for 4 p.m. And also, we would say Cameroon take on Algeria in their own qualifier series. That game is billed for 6 o'clock later this evening. Then we would say Mali against Tunisia. That's another game you wouldn't want to miss in Tunis, the capital of Tunisia, tonight. Egypt against Senegal, a repeat of the African Cup of Nations for 2021, the one we saw that finished in February, a repeat of such a final. I mean, Senegal won it at the end of the day,
yes.
And Egypt would host Senegal tonight. Pius will react to some of this game quickly, and then we just mentioned Ghana against Nigeria. So once again, Congo DR against Morocco, Cameroon, Algeria. We see Mali take on Tunisia, not forgetting Egypt, Senegal, and then the one you're expecting, your darling Super Eagles, in Kumasi tonight against the Black Stars of Ghana. Pius, let's look at this quickly. Morocco, Congo DR, Morocco.
Yes. The Democratic Republic of Congo, they were unable to make it to the Nations Cup, and I must say that this is a side that are actually ready to spring up surprises. They've been doing things underneath. Nobody is not so much attention is on the Democratic Republic of Congo. Morocco was there at the Nations Cup. We saw them. They played in the quarterfinals, were knocked out by Egypt. I'm looking forward to surprises in this game. They are most likely going to surprise Morocco.
I see.
Yes.
Remember, Morocco wasn't too brilliant, even when we expected them.
Definitely.
At the Nations Cup, although they also did well, at least better than what Nigeria did and Ghana combined. You just say, now, this is not a jive, okay, guys? So you think Congo DR will knock out Morocco?
Well,
in tonight's game.
In tonight's game, I feel DR Congo will win at home.
Okay, let's go to Cameroon. They were the team that hosted the Nations Cup, and they finished third at the end against Algeria. Algeria is just like Ghana. They lost out at the group stages. Remember, they came to the African Cup of Nations like a side, that won the previous
the defending champions.
They had, that's the word. Cameroon, Algeria. Eto against Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah, for the fact that this game will be played at the Japoma Stadium, it will be played in Cameroon. Cameroon still have that form going for them. Some of the players, they have some of the finest collection
Kambe,
right now. Yeah, Abubakar, Ngamelo, and the host of them. They have, and let's not forget, they also have a new coach, Rigobert Song. Is the new coach of Cameroon.
A lot of people want to look forward to
they will want to look forward on his debut. He definitely wants to write a statement because they are most likely going to criticize him if he fails to do what Tony Consensao did before he was relieved of his duties.
France will always stop. But Cameroon, Algeria tonight. Cameroon to win.
Cameroon to win.
All right, can you predict scoreline? I know you don't like it.
Well,
I know you don't like it.
2-1. Cameroon to win.
He says, what about you? Cameroon, Algeria. Again, go back to our social media platform and come on, add your voice as well. Add your prediction, okay? Don't forget, Congo DR against Morocco as well tonight. Now, let's go to Mali. Bamako tonight will be, of course, hoping to storm Tunisia, and it's going to be, it's going to be Mali against Tunisia first, actually, and Tunisia against Mali in the return leg. So, Mali against Tunisia, Pius.
Yeah, I'm giving it to the Eagles of Mali. Yeah.
Mali to do it. So you're giving it to every team playing at home?
Not really.
Except Nigeria, right?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
So let's go to
Mali, I feel, yes, they also have a very formidable side to play against Tunisia. Let's not forget, this is a battle of two Eagles. We have the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia playing against the Eagles of Mali. So one of the Eagles will fly higher, and I'm giving it to Mali.
Maybe the one flying higher will just take the Super Eagles so that they can both, fly together. Now, Egypt, Senegal. That's, for me, this is the biggest game in the entire series. Egypt, Senegal, and it's going to be Egypt first. They will still be paying for that lost out in the Nations Cup final. And for Senegal, again, it will be heartbreaking for the Egyptians to lose tonight. Egypt in Cairo against Senegal.
Yeah. This tie is actually a renewal of the AFCON finals. Well, I'm looking at this game as one of the games that will end in a stalemate.
I see.
Yes.
No winner.
No winner.
What about you? Do you agree with Pius that there will be winner in the game between, Egypt and Senegal tonight? We have to go for another break. Guess what? When we return, we'll go to European stories. And last night, a country was stunned. You want to know? You have to stay here. We'll be back. And welcome back. Still Sports Central on your wonderful station at this time, Atlantic Television. I'm Praise Alonge, and I've got Pius Idoko, and together, we've been bringing sports stories, starting with football. Super Eagles of Nigeria as game tonight against Ghana, and also the other African qualifiers, the other World Cup qualifiers from Africa. And let's talk about some of the other qualifiers as well in Europe, where one country has missed out back to back. I'm talking about Italy. You won't believe it. They lost to North Macedonia in their playoff game that was played last night. And to make matter worse, they conceded after 90 minutes. That's in additional time. Pius, we won't see Italy, the defending champion or the winner of the last European tournament at the World Cup.
For the second time, for the second time consecutively, Italy
That's heartbreaking.
Will be missing. And of course, to think that these Italian side were the winners of last Euros. I mean, after that Euro championship, it seemed like their games just took a downward slide. They haven't really been at that peak. I saw them, I watched them against a North Macedonian side, and it was quite amazing that they had several chances. They should have buried that game long before regulation time, but unfortunately, these guys were very resolute, yes, and they were unable to break down that resilience all through until they were stunned. The Italians will be missed at the World Cup in Qatar, and I think it's going to be heartbreaking for them, absolutely.
It is. I mean, the manager, a lot of the players are talking. But let's talk about the World Cup playoffs. Let's look at some of the results that were played last night. From the semi-final side, Part A, we saw Wales beat Austria 2-1, and then Wales have progressed to the final round. Sweden beat Czech Republic. It took extra time, for them to edge out 1-0. That's another stunning game. Then Portugal were very convincing against Turkey. They won by 3-1, and then we just mentioned Italy lost to North Macedonia by 1-0, okay? And the winners of, the games we expect to go down to the playoffs finals. Of course, the winners of these games have actually qualified to the playoffs final. But let's talk about some other games that could come up later on Tuesday, the 29th of March. It's going to be Poland against Sweden, and the winner will qualify finally to the World Cup, while Portugal will take on North Macedonia.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that Poland versus Sweden will be a very tricky tie, but I just feel somehow that Poland should have the edge over Sweden. Portugal versus North Macedonia, regardless of how they performed against Italy, I think Portugal has got more firepower in their squad, and I don't think North Macedonia will survive their onslaught. So Portugal to grab that ticket.
And just to let you know that the 22nd finals in Qatar, talking about the World Cup, will be the first World Cup not held in May, June, or even July. The tournament is instead scheduled for November 21 down till 18th December. And the draw will take place on Friday, April 1. Of course, we hope also that Nigeria's name will be in the draw, for the World Cup. That's the biggest tournament that any footballer will always want to play in. I haven't talked about the European tournament. Let's just quickly look at some of the games that will be played tonight, across board. In the CONMEBOL, last night we saw Brazil beat Chile 4-0. Colombia beat Bolivia 3-0. Paraguay edged Ecuador by 3-1, and Uruguay edged Peru also by 1-0. We also saw some games in the CONCACAF, that's the Caribbean and the North American. We saw Jamaica won, El Salvador won, Panama won, Honduras won, Mexico and United States ended 0-0, and Costa Rica beat Canada by a goal to nil. Pardon me. And then later tonight, are we going to see games? Well, let's leave it at that. I won't see too much major tournament, except in CONMEBOL qualification, where it's going to be Argentina against Venezuela later tonight. But there's so many international friendlies. But because of time, I won't be able to, just show you that. We'll display that on the screen. Now, let's do something. We'll go for another break. When we return from this, we'll look at other stories. This time, other sport. We'll touch on tennis and also Formula One. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. You're still watching Atlantic Television, and this is Sports Central with Praise Alonge. And I've been with Pius Idoko as a guest on the show. Welcome if you just joined us. Maybe you've missed a little of what we've shared. Just so you know, we spoke about the Super Eagles game tonight by 8:30 Nigerian time, and then 7:30 Ghana time at the Baba Yara Stadium in Kumasi, where Nigeria will take the first leap to their quest to qualify for the World Cup bid for Qatar later in the year. And just to mention that the return leg will be on Tuesday night at the MKO Abiola Stadium here in the nation's capital, and it's going to be Nigeria against Ghana. And the reports coming from the Ministry of Youth and Sport, just to mention, is that buses will be at different locations for you to have a chance to watch the Super Eagles when they come back to Nigeria. Just be around different places in the nation's capital. We're told in different strategic locations. From 3 down till about 5 o'clock, buses will move twice in each location to pick fans to the stadium. But for you to be part of it, you must get a ticket. To watch the Super Eagles. I hope you're not going to ask me where to get your ticket. Now, let's get back and let's talk about tennis now. Pius, Andy Murray is one of the top 4 tennis stars over the years. But little has been said about him in recent times because of injuries, but he's back to tennis and he's trying to progress and grow his wealth. Now, Andy Murray will face world number 2 Daniel Medvedev in the second round of the Miami Open after beginning the tournament with a straight set win over Federico Del Bonis. Now, Murray beat the Argentines Del Bonis 7-6, 7-4, 6-1 on Thursday, easing to victory in the second set after a tight first, which did not feature a single break point. Let me just end here. It's a whole lot said, but the point is we have a clash with a top seed. Medvedev, runners-up to Rafael Nadal at the Australian Open in January, will be Andy Murray's next opponent. Can Andy Murray beat Daniel Medvedev of Russia?
Well, Medvedev is a very, very good tennis player. Of course, currently he's world number 2, and the world obviously knows what he's capable of doing. For Andy Murray, well, I fear for him a little. Yeah, because this man, Medvedev, has actually been consistent when it comes to playing this game. There was a time he actually had a breaker from the world of tennis. I really can't actually place my hand on what really happened to Andy Murray back then.
Injuries, crises.
Yes, so many things around him. Well, he had a fantastic game against Federico, the Argentine. But facing Medvedev is definitely going to be a challenge for Andy Murray. But you never can tell anything can happen in the world of tennis as well. So I really can't say who is going to win, but I'm most likely going to pitch my tent with Medvedev.
I think you're just guessing, Pius. You're just guessing. Well, now let me just tell you about Medvedev. Recently spent 3 weeks as world #1, and now he must get to the semi-finals in this Miami to leapfrog Novak Djokovic as top men's rank tennis star. But Murray said of his meeting with Medvedev, and this is what he said, and I quote, "It's obviously a tough match. He played extremely well on the hard courts the last few seasons. He deserves to be right up there at the top of the game." He says, "It will be a big challenge for me. It will be a great test for where my games is at this point and the things I need to work on." I agree. He's just being very honest about the time. And if you ask me, I don't think he would survive Danny Medvedev. But I'm just saying. But like you mentioned, Pius, tennis is still hard.
It's still very open.
You've got to give it to Andy Murray also.
It's very
He's
open.
got great record and experience. Let's go to Formula One. A 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel has been ruled out of the second round of Formula One season in Saudi Arabia because of COVID-19. And this is why you still need to stay safe and make sure you use your protectives at this point. Now, the Aston Martin driver missed last week Bahrain Grand Prix after testing positive and has failed to recover in time to compete in Jeddah. He missed the first race of the season, Bahrain Grand Prix, and now he would not be available this time around for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It's not looking too good for Sebastian Vettel.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Not looking good for Sebastian Vettel. What can we say? Just to wish him the very best of luck. We can only say that we can only wish him a quick recovery to get right back into what he knows how best to do. Sebastian Vettel is one man who has also been among the top guns when it comes to the world of Formula One. He competes favorably with the likes of Lewis Hamilton, the likes of Nico Rosberg, and a lot of other stars in the world of Formula One. And we just hope that he will get right back on time to continue, with the race in Formula One.
That's it. He's 34 and now he will be replaced by a reserve driver, Nico Hülkenberg. Now, the problem is for Nico Hülkenberg, he's just coming up. He's a young person, just a young rider. He finished 17th in the opening race in Bahrain. He was the one that also drove, in the first race because Sebastian Vettel couldn't recover from the positive test he had to COVID-19. And now Hülkenberg will have a chance once again to try and help, the British side, help his team, the Aston Martin. Well, that's it. We appreciate you for listening to the show. Thank you so much, and also watching as well. Thank you, Pius Sidoko, for coming. Really
thank you. Thank you for having me.
Time, making your debut. I hope we'll have you, as much as possible.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. Yes, I will definitely.
And to you watching, don't forget. You can always join every of our conversation. They are live on our social media platform. And don't just follow us alone. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share all our contents on our social media platform. We'll come back once again after the Super Eagles game to, of course, give you more stories, more information about the return leg on Tuesday, hopefully, but we should be here by God's grace on Monday. We thank you once again for watching. Have a wonderful time and see you.